Chapter 10. Beelzebub. The angel across the buffet table hands him a coffee. He smiles and looks down. She also offers him a donut on a napkin, with a note seeming to peer through the pages. Beelzebub thanked her before turning to a table in the far corner of the room. Once alone, he pulls the paper free and smiles. "This is torture. M." Beelzebub laughs before glancing over at him and across the room, shaking his head. Their eyes meet, and Beelzebub nods at him. Michael, who is seemingly ignoring everything Gabriel is chatting at him about, just smiles. Message confirmed. The trial is indeed torture for Beelzebub. He looks back down at his coffee and sighs quietly, before starting to eat on the donut. "Brother," Leviathan sits down quickly into a seat beside him. Beelzebub palms the small note and stuffs it in his pocket. "Father sent word via Hastur. He would like an update. I sent a message that there isn't much to report on yet, but that should there be a change in circumstances, I will send word back as soon as possible." "Anything else?" "Father wished to know if he was needed here with us." Leviathan shrugs and looks past Beelzebub briefly, toward the angels in the corner at their table. "I told him not right now," he says kindly, and looks at a lesser demon, one of his legionnaires, and snaps a finger. Soon fresh coffee appears before Leviathan, with a small dish of sugar. "Thank you." He dismisses the demon away. "We can handle this, Leviathan," Beelzebub says softly. "I'd like to think we could, dear brother. But this will meet its end," he explains, dropping sugar cubes in his coffee. "One way or the other." Beelzebub turns his head now, red eyes narrow. "Levi," the prince before him meets his eyes and says nothing. "We can handle this." Leviathan looks behind him, and Beelzebub knows he's afraid of those angels. They all are. To see people who have something they do not deserve, something they can never get back. "I hope so." "Good." Beelzebub leans back. "Where is your sister?" Talking to Lucas, Leviathan leans back in his seat. "To find what he doth think of the whole matter, this Raguel is a nightmare." "He is an angel, and his word is the law. It's what he does," Beelzebub explains. "His brother is judgment, and neither 'tis justice. This is how justice will work. We covered justice all those years ago, when we, Michael and I, made territorial alliances. We have just never had to use this sort of justice system, but Nergal destroyed an angel, and we must be accommodating." Leviathan leans down on the table. "A century ago, Nergal would have praised him, nay, hailed him a hero." "He was protecting his daughter and grandchild," Beelzebub says softly. "I could no sooner blame him, knowing well what our father would do to protect us." He keeps his voice low and quiet between the two of them. Leviathan nods. "Is that why our father is concerned with whether he should be here?" "Perhaps," Beelzebub nods. "But I don't claim to speak on behalf of our father's wishes. I never have. I know better." Leviathan nods and leans back in his seat. An angel appears in the recreation room doorway and clears her throat. "The court will return in session in 10 minutes. Angels and demons in the room start to stand to make their way to the courtroom. "That's us," Beelzebub says, and drinks down the last of his coffee with a shot, grabbing the remaining piece of a donut. "Let's hope Asmodeus isn't far." Leviathan walks directly behind him and to his left. Asmodeus is not around, and Beelzebub wonders fondly if she even left her seat. That is where they find their sister, lounging in her seat with a book, reading. "Sister." Beelzebub stalls between their chairs. Leviathan drops into his seat as Beelzebub pulls out his silver-engraved cigarette case. He taps the case on his palm before pulling out one of the slim cigarettes. "You aren't going to smoke in here, are you?" she scolds, even as she pulls out a lighter. demonic proclivities. Beelzebub smiles in argument, but allows her to light the cigarette in his hands. I am a prince. He puffs at it with the flame, and hums in pleasure. Is that your excuse? She chuckles. Yes. Beelzebub smiles. Thank you. He takes a draw and blows the smoke out of his nose, careful to look around the room. He sees Michael sitting down in his seat behind Gabriel and Raphael. Beelzebub nods to his siblings and steps up to the throne behind them. He sits back and taps his cigarette on the ashtray provided, hooking one knee over the other.